Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving deep into the frantic, high-stakes trade rumors just swirling around the Toronto Maple Leafs right now.
It's all anyone's talking about.
It is. It's Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. And, the GM, Brad Treliving, is staring down a decision that could really define the next 5 years of this whole franchise.
And that's the mission for us today, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at the chase for star defenseman Dougie Hamilton. Is this the essential final piece they need? The move that finally unlocks Austin Matthews?
Or is it the other thing? Is this, as some of our sources are suggesting, just a dangerously leveraged high-risk move that could set the organization back years?
A huge gamble.
A huge gamble. And the information we're working with here is pretty explosive. It stems from reports by Federico O'Donnell.
And he's citing some crucial insider info from Frank Saravelli.
Right. And this whole conversation's only happening because the first plan, Quinn Hughes,
Right.
well, that's off the table. He's reportedly headed to Minnesota.
Yeah. So the ship has sailed on that one. Treliving had to pivot, and he pivoted hard.
He sure did.
Yeah.
The focus is now entirely on New Jersey, on actively exploring a deal for Hamilton.
But the big warning right up front is that this is not a standard trade. Not even close. It all hinges on what the reports are calling complex financial maneuvers.
And on other teams being willing to take on massive risk.
Exactly.
Now, when you hear star defenseman, your mind immediately goes to shoring up the blue line, which, the Leafs could certainly use.
Of course.
But the reports, they make it really clear that the motivation here, the why behind this whole desperate push, is actually all about the other end of the ice.
Yeah, this is what's so fascinating. The motivation is being called a code red internally, but not for the defense. It's fundamentally a rescue mission for the offense.
A rescue mission.
Specifically designed to shake Austin Matthews out of what's becoming a pretty concerning offensive slump. Let's be honest. If Matthews was playing like his usual self, this trade probably isn't seen as this mandatory right now.
Okay, so let's dig into that slump a little. What is the front office seeing that makes him think he needs this kind of drastic external help?
Well, the reports are pointing to a clear drop-off, especially at 5-on-5. You're seeing a big reduction in high-danger scoring chances when Matthews is on the ice.
How big?
Down almost 20% from his career average. But the real issue is transition. Matthews thrives when he enters the zone with speed.
Right, on clean entries.
Exactly. But the current defense, outside of Morgan Rielly, they're forcing Matthews to either slow down at the blue line or chase a puck that's been dumped in. Hamilton, you see, fixes that very specific problem.
What does he do that's so different?
It really just boils down to puck transportation. Hamilton doesn't just make a simple outlet pass. He carries the puck himself with elite speed right through the neutral zone.
So he bypasses the trap.
He bypasses the trap and gets the puck onto the forward sticks while they're already at full speed. Matthews needs that flow to be dominant, and Hamilton is the guy who creates that flow from the back end.
And this doesn't just stop at 5-on-5. This solution, it connects directly to the power play, which has been, let's just say, stagnant. A little predictable.
Oh, stagnant is a good word for it. It's been crying out for two things: a real threat from the right point, and a way to get Matthews his space back.
And Hamilton brings that threat.
He brings a legitimate cannon from that right point.
Yeah.
So think about it strategically. When Hamilton winds up for a shot, the penalty killers, they have to respect it. They have to move out toward him to block it.
Which, of course, pulls a defender away from the net, or more importantly, it pulls them out of Matthews' office.
That's exactly. It creates that tiny bit of open space in the right circle where Matthews does all his damage. And look, Hamilton's shots aren't always perfect snipes. He creates chaos. Massive rebounds.
The kind of greasy goals that Matthews actually loves to pounce on.
He absolutely loves it. So when you connect all these dots, the trade is less about defense and really all about being an offensive catalyst. It's about saving Matthews' season, a huge organizational push to get their captain going.
Okay, so we get the why, the desperation to get the offense firing all cylinders. But let's wade into the logistics and the financials. This is where the whole thing goes from just being difficult to looking almost impossible.
Right. This is the part of the deep dive where you might need a calculator, maybe a stiff drink.
Hamilton carries a monstrous $9 million cap hit.
Yeah.
And that's locked in all the way through the 2028 season.
And the Leafs are sitting with what, like $3.9 million in cap space? The math just doesn't work on its face.
No. Trying to fit Dougie Hamilton's contract into their current structure is like, I don't know, trying to park a jumbo jet in a single-car garage. It just won't fit.
It is financially illiterate, unless, of course, Treliving can pull off some kind of creative three-team magic trick.
And that's the only path forward, according to the reporting.
Right.
So step one, the New Jersey Devils have to retain a full 50% of his salary.
That's the max they can, and that gets the number down to $4.5 million against the cap.
But even at $4.5 million, the Leafs are still over the cap. Which brings us to the really wild part of this whole idea, bringing in a third team, a broker.
That's right. So Treliving then has to find a third team that's willing to eat an additional 25% of the original contract.
So that third team takes on a $2.25 million cap hit for a player that never even plays for them.
Never suits up. And that finally brings Hamilton's cost to Toronto down to $2.25 million.
And the obvious question is, why on earth would a third team do that? What's their motivation to help out a competitor like Toronto?
Well, they get paid for it. They're weaponizing their cap space. It's usually a team that isn't contending, and for taking on that liability, that $2.25 million, Toronto has to send them an asset.
Like a draft pick.
Probably a second or a third round pick. Maybe a decent prospect. So the cost of getting Hamilton isn't just what you send to New Jersey, it's also the extra pick you have to burn, just to make the math work.
That makes this an incredibly expensive acquisition. And we haven't even talked about the final piece yet, which is that Toronto still has to send actual salary back to New Jersey.
Exactly. You still have to give New Jersey fair value for a top defenseman, even one with 50% retained. So to make all that work, roster players have to go the other way.
And the names being floated are, they're painful to hear if you're a Leafs fan. David Kempf, Caden Urencroc.
Or maybe even Timothy Liljegren, which for the organization would be agonizing, a young, cost-controlled defenseman.
So you're potentially giving up a solid D-man in Liljegren, or two key depth guys, plus a draft pick to a third team, just to afford a 50% retained Hamilton.
It's a massive collateralized trade. The real cost is so much higher than just the player himself.
And that level of financial gymnastics, it really speaks to Treliving's desperation.
It does, and that desperation brings us right to the terrifying risks involved here, and they are immense. Let's start with the big red flag: injuries.
You just can't talk about Dougie Hamilton without talking about his durability. The source material is very clear on this. He's 32 years old, and since the 2021-22 season, he has missed 104 games.
104 games. I mean, to put that in perspective for you, that is more than a full season's worth of games spent on the shelf. It's a really dangerous trend.
It is. The Leafs would be making this colossal bet that they're getting the healthy, top 10 defenseman version of Hamilton.
Not the guy who struggles to stay on the ice past March.
Right. If the data is this concerning, why not just make a safer move? Go for a solid second pair guy who is cheaper and, more reliable. Is Treliving just overreacting here?
That's the heart of the whole risk calculation. See, Treliving isn't looking for a safe fix. He's looking for a transformative one.
A home run.
A home run. He's betting that the reward of fully healthy Hamilton firing on all